The Benny Hill Show, Then and Now. Welcome to Famous People Today channel. In this video, we take a look at the changing cast of The Benny Hill Show. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any movies. But for now, let's go to the actors. Benny Hill. Hill had struggled on stage and had uneven success in radio, but in television he found a medium that played to his strengths. The Benny Hill Show had a music hall-derived format combining live on-stage comedy and filmed segments, and its humor relied on slapstick, innuendo, and parody. Recurring players on his show during the BBC years included Patricia Hayes, Jeremy Hawk, Peter Vernon, Ronnie Brody, and his co-writer from the early 1950s to the 60s, Dave Freeman. Henry McGee. Henry James Maurice McGee was best known as a straight man to Benny Hill for many years. McGee was often the announcer on Hill's TV program, delivering the upbeat intro, "Yes, it's the Benny Hill Show." He was familiar to British children throughout the 1970s as Mummy in the Sugar Puffs commercials, the catchphrase of which was, "Tell them about the honey, Mummy." Nicholas Parsons. Parsons became known to TV audiences in the 1950s and 60s as the straight man to comedian Arthur Haynes for 10 years. The partnership broke up at Haynes' request. They had a successful season at the London Palladium in 1963, and shortly before the split appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show in the United States, although Parsons was not credited. Subsequently, Parsons returned to the stage before becoming a regular on The Benny Hill Show from 1968 to 1971. Bob Todd. Todd gained a reputation for drunkenness while working on The Benny Hill Show. He once failed to turn up for a London Palladium show after a drinking episode and found himself in a Dublin hospital 5 days later. After this was reported in the media, Hill had Todd dropped from the show. Producer Dennis Kirkland persuaded Hill to rescind the decision, saying Todd brought much to the show and his drinking rarely affected his work. Jackie Wright. He did not enter television until the 1960s when Hill discovered him and persuaded him to join his troupe. In many of the show's trademark accelerated motion scenes, Hill would often pat Wright's bald head rapidly, the motion accompanied by a dubbed-in smacking sounds. Actress Susie Mandel claimed that Jackie Wright was a chain smoker and he would often hide his cigarette in his mouth or behind his back during scenes. Sue Upton. Upton auditioned at Hill's flat in the Kensington area of London in 1976 and was hired shortly after. Hill said of her at the time, "Sue is really funny. Finding pretty girls who are talented and funny is not easy, and not all girl dancers are pretty. Some of them look to me like in drag. Sue is pretty and she is funny." She made her Benny Hill Show debut in the episode originally telecast on 26th of January 1977. Louise English. English was chosen by Benny Hill to be one of the original members of Hill's Angels on The Benny Hill Show and earned a role as a featured performer. She spent 8 years on The Benny Hill Show, dancing with Hill's Angels and occasionally performing supporting roles in sketches with the show's titular writer and host. Rita Webb. Born in Willesden, Middlesex, United Kingdom, she is best known for her appearances as a stooge for Benny Hill in his long-running Thames television series. Under 5 feet tall, with a booming voice and dyed flame-red hair, she was often cast as the blowsy mother-in-law or Cockney-type character. Diana Darby. Darby made her first appearance on The Benny Hill Show on the 7th of February 1974 and became an instant hit with fans. Her self-designed, often gravity-defying costumes became as famous as her show-stopping performances. While she sang such continental music standards as Sway, Kira, 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 and Perfidia on the show, perhaps her most famous number was a 4-song medley fronted by It's Nice to Go Travelin' and also featuring a rendition of Maurice Chevalier's Valentine. Sue Bond. Sue Bond is best remembered for her appearances on The Benny Hill Show in the early 1970s. She appeared with Benny Hill for 3 years between 1970 and 73, making her one of the longest-serving female cast members of the pre-Hills Angels era. In the mid-1970s, Bond appeared increasingly in sitcoms. How do you see the change of actors in The Benny Hill Show? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section and we can discuss. If you find the video good, please don't regret one like and share them. I will continuously update the changes of the actors in the next videos. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.